Get ready with me while we talk about the top 3 strategies I use to stop obsessively thinking over my narcissistic ex. Part 3. Now, this one takes practice, but it's very, very powerful. It's something called the stop and distract technique. We all have our own obsessive thinking cycle. In my course, I actually refer to it as a rumination roundabout. Because if you're familiar with roundabouts, you know that if you're in the wrong lane on a roundabout, you can get stuck on that thing for a while. So the stop and distract technique, what it is it teaches you how to stop a thought in its process, redirect that thought, and distract yourself from the original thinking pattern. This is exhausting at first, and you might have to do it 20 times in an hour the first couple of days you're doing it. I always get worried that like a hairdresser is going to watch my video and be like, what the heck is he doing? The answer is, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to give you an actual example of how I did this. One of my triggering thoughts that I would have a lot was, I wonder how many people he actually cheated on me with. That would be the first thought that would actually get me on my rumination roundabout. So step 1, recognize. I recognized that thought just came into my brain. I need to get myself redirected before I go down a rabbit hole. Step 2, a correcting thought. So for this particular one, my correcting thought was, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many people it was. It's just the fact that it happened. I don't need to know more. And sitting here obsessing over how many people it could have been is going to do nothing but harm me. Step 3, a redirecting thought. And that was, ow, that just got in my eyes. That was rude. Anyways, back to the redirecting thought. My redirecting thought was, so instead of worrying about how many it was, I'm just grateful that I no longer have to deal with his abuse. Now, like I said, the first several days that I was doing this, my negative thought would come right back. So I would just have to do this again. That's why I say it is exhausting and it can be very frustrating. But you have to push through that because what you're doing is you're building a new skill set. The more that you keep doing it and the more that you keep putting it into practice, the more second nature this is going to be. And if you're able to, do something to physically redirect yourself too. Like call up a friend and talk about anything but your narcissistic ex. Like I said in the last video, go clean something. Go for a walk. If you're in your car, say 5 things you're grateful for that day. But again, just push through the uncomfortable and frustrating phase of this. It will get easier over time. And understand that obsessively thinking about your narcissistic ex is a classic side effect of getting out of these relationships. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not weak-minded, and you're not crazy. This is just unfortunately one of those things that we are left to deal with the mental chaos after being with a narcissist.